Hey folks, Luke T. Barnett here. Been a while since I've done a broadcast. Sorry for the shaking. Um, I haven't done an author interview in a while. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to do those. Um, I always like to do it because I like hanging out with authors online. But we'll see how it goes. But I wanted to give you an update, especially since it's been a while, what I've been working on. So applying through Half-Orc Kindred. I'm in the final, I don't say the final section, but I'm close to it. It's going longer than I thought it would. I'm covering more ground than I thought I would. Um, I consider splitting in two books. I don't think it would be fit right. I'm still not sure what else is going to be involved at this point. But I like where it's going. I'll be sending out a newsletter probably next week, I think. So I'll try to remember to do that. But this was supposed to go out last week, and I completely forgot or lost track of whatever. Been busy trying to write, trying to get stuff written. I've been working on that. My breaks at work, I've been working on Mutant Girl. If you're interested in that. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for the like. If you're interested in reading about Mutant Girl, you can join my Patreon. You can, I forget which tier it is. I think it's $10 a month. I don't remember. Maybe it's 5. I don't remember. Anyway, you can get the chapter a month of Mutant Girl as I write it. Now, obviously, it'll be in first draft form, so it'll be, it'll be rough. But you can follow that if you like. So anyway, working on Half-Orc Kindred, working on Mutant Girl. And then on the weekends, I'm working on Cryos Jade here and there, and I'm working on. I need a break from all that. I work on the space opera saga. That is Uh, sorry, I'm really tired, so I'm a little brain dead. But I wanted to get this out to you guys. I'll be working. I've been working on the space opera saga that I've been planning on. So I think I'm going to start that next year. I'm going to try to get Half-Orc Kindred done, the next 3 Kraus and J stories done, and that series will be folded into the Half-Orc saga. And then then try to get the 3rd Half-Orc book out, so I can make a trilogy with an availability to turn it into a series if it goes well, a longer series, I mean. And after that, then I'll work on the space opera, starting with a cyberpunk series that will carry on into space opera and eventually wind up in a Star Trek versus Star Trek, Star Trek versus Star Wars. Not copying any, not infringing on anyone's rights, obviously, but I'm going to be doing that type of series with a Star Trek type universe versus a Star Wars type universe. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people want to see that, and there'll be a lot of other influences mixed in. Metroid, a bunch of different animes I used to watch. So anyway, I got some characters sketched out. I got some scenes written and sketched out in my head. It'll be fun. So if you're interested in that, you can look forward to that. You can keep up with my updates on my author page and on Patreon. I post also on Patreon. I post pictures of that I've gathered from the internet of inspirations that I've had for the characters, like what they might look like and whatnot. So as far as Half-Orc Kindred, currently I think I'm in chapter 30, 31, something like that. It's going to be longer than Redemption, I think. There's a lot more to unpack in there, and a lot more characters, which is cool. I like that. Cryos Jade, I'm working on the fourth book. I haven't named it yet. I haven't named Visitors, but I'm going to change that name. And it's going in a different direction than I expected as well. So I'm trying to get that done. The next one, and there'll be two more of those. Not sure what they're going to be named either. The Space Opera Saga, I don't know what that's going to be named either. And Mutant Girl, obviously, is Mutant Girl. And I'm nearing the end of that book, the first draft. And I think it's turned out, I think since I've revised it, it's turned out much better. More tension, more motivation for the characters, and more depth for the characters as well. So that's what I've been doing. I'm just plugging away, trying to decide if I should go audio, what I should do. I'm looking to maybe finish the half-orc series and then see if it gets picked up by, I can't remember the name of them now. They do audiobooks. Something with a P. Podium Publishing. So we'll see how that goes. So the only thing that's really holding me back in that stuff is going to be the cost of cover art and editing, which editing for the Half-Orc Saga, they're big books, so it's going to take a lot of money. So just praying the Lord will provide that. If not, I'll just have to do the best I can and put it out there. So that's what I've been doing. Like I said, if you want to support me, you can go on to Patreon. It's patreon.com/Luke T. Barnett author, and it's in the description. You can go to my website, check out my stuff. You can go to my Amazon page, check out my stuff too. So today I thought I would read the first scene in the first story in the short story series, Cryos Jade. First book is just called Cryos Jade. Second one is Labyrinth. Third one is Whispers. So this is the first book, the first scene. Ixtus the Black, the dread of Thorol Island, was dead. That's what Jade told herself, standing before the black walls of his abandoned keep. The king and the people still feared the forest because of it. The king forbade any to enter the forest, saying the place was cursed. Cursed. That's what she was. Cursed to a life of drudgery and monotony if she listened to their fears. That's why she came here, to free herself. Her heart pounded in her chest. Her hand filled with the satchel at her side and adjusted the jade dagger beneath her belt. She didn't believe in the curse. Didn't believe that it had killed the queen. Didn't believe she could die simply by being there. Why then was she trembling? It took an effort to push the fear aside, but she swallowed and raised a shaking hand. The touch of the door brought the reality of what she was about to do, and she shuddered. She took a moment to gather her courage, and then pushed open the door. It swung open without a sound. Her stomach lurched at the rank smell of mold and rot that flew past her, as though a ghoul had opened its maw to consume her. She gagged and covered her mouth. The hall stretched before her like an ancient tomb. A trailing thought of turning back ran through her mind. She tightened her grip on her torch and clenched her free hand into a fist as she forced her legs to carry her forward. The dancing light revealed walls covered in mold and cobwebs. Some she was forced to cut away with a dagger. Her movements were halting. A crushing dread seized her heart and grew the further she ventured. She took in a breath she didn't realize she was holding. It was hard to breathe in here. She came to another door at the end of the hall, also covered with mold. Pulling a fine silk handkerchief from the sleeve of her tunic, she pushed the door open. The cruel, menacing faces of 100 gargoyle statues glared at her. Their clawed hands reached out and clutched her on every side. She screamed as they dragged her deep into a darkness blacker than the keep. Pain pierced through her body. She felt their teeth as they feasted. She shook as she reeled from the vision. Blinking, she saw only the still statues reaching out for her, frightening though they were. Her heart raced. Her blood thumped in her ears. An attempted swallow caught in her throat, her mind screaming at her to run. Steady. You've trained for this. Don't let it win. You can do this. You have to do this. You want to go back to an empty life with nothing to show for it? With shaking limbs, she stepped into the chamber. Stone eyes lingered on her, making her skin crawl, as she waded through the sea of statues. The vision constantly tugged at her mind, like a whisper just beyond hearing. A touch of her hand to the object beneath her jerkin centered on her chest steadied her. Nothing stirred. No sound but her footsteps and her own choked breathing disturbed the silence. As she moved through the room, the statues always faced her, but she never saw them moving. Memory of what she had learned from the stories kept her careful to avoid their touch. Through an arch into an adjacent hall, she sighed, feeling the eyes in the vision leave her. She smiled. I did it. She turned back to the gargoyle room, and her smile fled. The gargoyles had turned their backs on her, somehow unnerving her more than their stares. She swallowed and hastened down the corridor. That's the scene. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, if you want to read the rest, it's on Amazon. You can download it. It's only 99 cents. All the Cryos Jade stories are 99 cents. Half Orc Redemption is currently being edited, so if you want to get that, I'd advise you to wait a little bit, and I will upload the new copy probably by Christmas. But maybe by the new year. They're still being edited. I'm not exactly sure on the timeline, so I may be mistaken on that. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you are doing well, and please leave any comments in the comment section, and let me know if I can do anything, what you'd like to read, what you'd like to just drop a line, anything you'd like to see from me, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.